Good afternoon, Mr. Chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I'd like to thank the committee members. I know that the past month has been very long and we have a lot of work before us. I will be very brief, but I would like to thank you for giving me the opportunity to testify before you today. I'm fully aware that this year's fiscal situation presents us with many tough challenges. With many mandated lines and the loss of federal stimulus dollars, we cannot escape the many difficult choices that must be made to ensure this budget is one that is fiscally responsible to our citizens, while also seeking to maintain the many programs and services on which many Pennsylvanians rely. Facing a $4 billion deficit, I think we can all agree that past budgets and poor revenue performance has put us in this situation, and that government must operate differently and more effectively and more efficiently. Yesterday, I heard a proposal by one of the secretaries that talked about the Auditor General's report that could annually save $500 million in eliminating fraud and abuse within our system. I applaud both caucuses as we move forward in trying to identify those frauds and abuses that would save the taxpayers $500 million annually. I also respectfully ask you to please look at several line items in the new budget proposal that will heavily impact and negatively impact rural Pennsylvania. One would be for the rural hospitals in rural Pennsylvania. With the cuts that are proposed, my constituents will face higher travel times, increased mileage. I have had many hospitals that have closed the OBGYN or the maternity hospitals in their hospitals. So I would ask that we reevaluate or look at the cuts that are proposed to our rural hospitals. Also is the education budget. I understand that the governor has rolled back education funding to the 208, 209 levels, but for some reason, my schools in rural Pennsylvania go below that level, anywhere from $60,000 to $250,000 to $300,000 below the 2008-2009 funding levels. I would respectfully ask that you please look at that as well. Higher education, I think we were all very surprised and stunned by the proposal to cut our higher education institutions by over 50%. I would ask that we look at that and re-examine how that will impact our college students. With that being said, I am disappointed that Penn State immediately took the position that they will close campuses and increase tuition. I think that as we approach this very fiscally difficult budget, that we all need to take a holistic and working together approach. Also of note is a concern I have with two important agriculture-related programs: cooperative extensions and research programs operated by Penn State University. I would respectfully request that these two programs be separated from the overall Penn State line item so that these programs can stand on their own merits. Just a few years ago, these programs were separate line items and were only combined as a matter of practicality for federal stimulus funding. It is time that we once again separate those programs. These are community programs that offer tremendous benefits and are distinct from higher education. In closing, we are all very mindful of the responsibility and challenges that lie ahead of us, and how this budget touches every child and adult in Pennsylvania. I am confident that as we work together to strike a balance, a stronger Pennsylvania will emerge that benefits our children and our future generations. Thank you again, Mr. Chairman, for your time today.